hours, but it's like at the difference between 15 and 20 kilometers can be like an hour of playtime.
I've been hosting a lot of 14-kilometer maps, which is, of course,
Why such an odd number?
it's slightly smaller than a 15-kilometer map.
I think I got that, but why?
Well, you know, sometimes the 15-kilometer map, you know, the T3 air rush is too boring. There's reason not to do it if it's 13-kilometer.
No, that's not even true. Are you talking about team games?
Yeah, I'm talking about team games.
That's not even true. There's not a single map where you don't do a T3 air rush. Like even the 10-kilometer ones, you do it.
I can generate maps where you don't do it. Alright, we got a first mech marine out from Arch going directly across the map with no scout.
If it's not a Tech3 air rush map, it's a fucking Corsair snipe map. There's one of the two, there's nothing in between, and it's
gotta
still
make it a
better than
Corsair
snipe. At least you'll get those snipe. Okay, first lap, nice. I'm curious. I haven't seen Balance in a long time, but I really like the map, so I hope we are gonna see some nice monkey push. No, not monkey pushes. Ape pushes, aka Tech 2 pushes. Especially this Aeon. I hope Blast will either do some turn level Tech 3 rush and be completely obnoxious with hard drops. Or just goes full Obsidian Blaze, Shields, Ganesu spam. Okay, the first lab actually makes it through, because the lab from Blast is, you know, it's...
The scout was
okay, he
spotted,
can
though.
still react, he can react.
But Arch doesn't know about the engine until now. But there's trees and rocks everywhere, so this is gonna be...
Oh, yeah, he's not gonna be able to... Wow!
The reclaim.
That's sick. The thing is, it's honestly the engineer should have died because Blast didn't react with his lab for like 5 seconds after he already scouted Arch's lab. I feel like it was a bit of a mistake. Like, now, hello Blast, you still have your lab. Please move it. It's stuck on a rock. Oh my god, look at that! Look at that!
Get out of there, buddy. You can do it. Alright, there we go. And of course now he has to requeue all the reclaim orders on the NG that was clicking the rocks.
Yeah, and it was just a UEF lap, so the loss from Arch isn't that big. He almost got the engineer kill. He got, honestly... Well, I guess they were both kinda idle. Like, the lab kinda idled there for a bit. But so did Blast's lab and Scout. He's just using it defensively, he's not riding with it. Okay, this is curious. Arch is moving to the right with the ASU, which is super uncommon.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. But his build's kind of nicer. He's already at 3 factory, and Blast is only at like 2.5.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't necessarily say a lot, because, you know, there's some builds that prioritize getting some early power bit, and then all of a sudden you plunk down 4 land factories or something. Like good examples like the Nexus Crazy Rush, you know, BO, where you just make like 12 pigeons or something on 1 factory, and then you make like 5 factories in a row. Because you kind of use the energy you saved up from all those pigeons. And so it can be a bit deceiving sometimes, but
well, yeah,
so far I seem to have a slightly better start, yes.
Blast prioritized grabbing the mexes as opposed to, you know, building the base. Which, you know, can be good.
Yeah, that's not necessarily true, because Arch is kinda ahead on that as well.
Well, he wasn't ahead a while ago, because now Arch has kind of stopped building the base. We'll kick at this Hydro. This is just a really weird move from Arch, though. Like, why is he over here?
But it's... Like, the thing is, both of... It's like... Blast has 4 factories now, which... Yeah, okay, he's gonna have a 5th one very soon. But there's already 5 for Arch.
Arch is this nice bomber in the back.
Arch has no pigeons, but... He is on 2 Hydros, of course, and he's making the 3rd now, so... I guess he doesn't need too many pigeons. Meanwhile, Blast kind of delayed his other Hydro on the right. Oh! Did you see the bomber on the left?
Yeah, it's going to not
For a
prevent the Hydro.
second, I thought it would have denied it, and that was like, that could have been pretty big, but no.
Thankfully, Blast doesn't actually need this power. Well, he needs it, he just can't spend it. Because he's still operating on 4 land factories. Meanwhile, Arch over here has 6-ish.
Yeah, it's I'm gonna be curious what Arch's plan is. Maybe he's gonna do a push on the top right on Blast's SU, because I mean it is scouted, and I'd say if you're in Blast's position, you see that the SU went to the other side, and usually this is very weird because normally the SU, if you're on the bottom, walks all the way to the bottom left, because that's like the most difficult to expand expansion. So if your SU just walks there, then you know you can't get raided because nothing can raid your SU.
But somehow,
So you just
Arch
get
is
the expansion for free.
Arch is making things happen on the left, despite the fact that his ACU never went there. He's just sending all his units, and he just killed a ton of engineers, a ton of tanks. This tank has 6 kills on it.
Holy shit, it does! Sadly, it just died at the moment I zoomed in on it. The Knight is factory actually, that's pretty nice. I mean, he's doing something. It's not, but overall he seems to have a lot more units as well. And that is the only issue I have a bit with Badlands, is that if you get badly out of the start, you can literally just get overrun by Tech 1 and lose the game like that.
Well, thankfully there's no Cybern here, so that risk is a bit mitigated.
That's true, but there is an Aeon, and that increases the chances of the Aeon player getting overrun because of Rorat. I mean, I like playing Badlands a lot, but the amount of times I've just lost the game in like 6 minutes because seems like my opponent has 10 land factories, I have 5. Oh, game over. Because it's like, it's so easy to get raided everywhere once you're behind, and then it just snowballs out of control. You can't catch up.
Very
so,
true.
BOs can be quite important.
Alright, here's the fast gun on the right side. Arch can definitely afford this. He's got tons of power.
That's honestly kind of expected. And Blast should kind of expect it as well, to be honest.
I mean, does Blast know for sure the AC was here?
He scouted it, I'm pretty sure. Like, he must know it. Like, if he doesn't know it, it's on him. He should know about it.
He should know. Whether he does or not is, of course, question. But yeah, he's gonna get his own time.
Yes. Like, especially if I would see the ACU move to the right, I'm like, okay, he plans to push on the top right.
Yeah, but then,
like
if you're Arch,
the most,
you're fighting into a double gun, as UEF.
Yes, that's true.
Do you really want to be doing that?
I don't know. Honestly, on Badlands, maybe not. Maybe he makes Nano as well. But then again, it's considering it's Badlands and he's versus Aeon and he's UEF. I would also just, you know, I mean that's of course my preference. I would do that on almost every single map. I would just rush Tech 2.
Yeah, but there's no Tech 2. Yes. There's no Tech 2 land factory. There's no upgrade plan. There's no PGen.
It's just massive Tech 1 spam all in is kind of what it feels like, and doing that versus Aeon. Okay, that's the Nano. Doing it versus Aeon can be very risky because if you get kinda out microed by Auroras, this isn't a good first move Arch.
Yeah, what is this? Why is he sending them in? The ACU's not done yet. I mean, he can get a lot of value with Nano Gun. Theoretically.
Yeah, he can. That's why you get the Nano, so you... The purpose is you just push your ACU in range of the enemy ACU, so you tank all the damage. You chase the Auroras away while your units just advance behind your ACU, and then you just kill the expansion. That's probably the idea. Considering Blast's position, I'm kind of surprised he isn't building walls on the left side. Or on the right side, for that matter.
Doesn't believe in
like,
him.
Was it cheap? And
Cheap.
it's like, if you think they're necessary, which at the moment, like even if they are necessary, you can just kill them later on and you have nothing to lose. That's so many Tech 1 both of them are building.
Alright, I feel like this is too much, honestly. Like, what's it actually going to...
It's just an arms race at this point. It's like they're both committed. They're both not making any eco, any tech, they're just going Tech 1. They're going full monkey.
This is not the typical Badlands meta. Just all in, let's go. Alright, ACU moving out. Let's fight. Arch does have the nice radar in the crater.
And here comes the gun ACU from UEF, which is the one of the hardest counters to Auroras in existence.
It's an Aurora killing machine.
I might be wrong, but I always feel like UEF gun ACU, because it's, you know, it has half the rate of fire, so it's but double the damage of other gun ACUs. But it feels more efficient than other gun ACUs versus Auroras. It feels like they overkill more, even though it might not be true. It just feels like it looks more efficient.
I get what you're saying, even though I understand like it shouldn't be. It like definitely should be worse.
Worse for UEF?
Well, yeah. I mean, if you're doing 2 100 damage shots, sometimes the Aurora will be damaged, and you won't need like the one shot to kill it.
True, but I think it also depends on. It feels like a UEF ACU, the retargeting, like it shoots the next one right after it kills the Aurora, so just every single shot kills an Aurora.
Alright.
But I think with other gun ACUs, like they waste an extra shot on Auroras.
We're getting the mega 3-way all-in push, but Blast has just been spamming his own stuff, so I don't know how effective this is actually going to be.
And this is... Okay.
He's overrunning on the left, maybe? No?
No, that's not gonna happen. That's way too many Auroras there. Although he's splitting up his troops great, but I don't think this is gonna work. There's still gonna be the gun issue left, and there's lots of arties from Arch. I think this is gonna fail miserably.
Oh, there's a Janus!
But it whiffs!
Oh,
it whiffs completely. Okay, so he rushed Tech 2A, I like that. So he's like, that synergizes. But he's been waited until the Janus like killed a lot of stuff. Also, he doesn't even have air. Blast seems to have major air control.
He doesn't have air. Like, the Janus didn't kill anything on the original pass, and now Blast is just starting to push in.
And now this Blaze is coming out. Tech 2 from Blast. Still Tech 1 spam from Arch. This doesn't look great at all. Like, Arch is getting more value from his ACU. So it's not like the push isn't completely stopped because just a single ACU just can tank so much and it does so much damage.
But like the left push has just been a giant mass donation. The mid push is a mass donation. The ACU is getting value, but
like a mid push makes sense because like you can like move that to the top right and merge with your other push. But the push on the left, I don't understand why you would push there.
All right, we have T2 land out for Blast now, and no T2 land out from Arch. Just continued Janus spam. Mostly inties now to try to regain map control. He actually has 4 gunships. They're just flying around.
Yeah. The thing with Janus is Janus can win air eventually. But Janus are a bit of a weird unit, and that's... The more there are, the better they are.
This is true.
But before you build up the critical amount, they can be shit. And like... Oh, he's gonna fight air here. I think that's too early. Oh no, he locked on the gunships. Wow.
AA here.
Blast will lose air here. Blast will lose air. So now he should spam more just perma-Janus. And if that's the thing, once you win air like this, and you have the same production, you can just spam Janus and you won't lose air. And like this nano push on the right, it is actually succeeding because Blast isn't guiding properly as well.
It's just got too much to do.
I think honestly the big issue, first of all, walls for Blast. Second of all, his Tech 2 was also too late, especially as Aeon. The thing is, the bigger the armies are, like at some point, Arty Swam will just ruin your Auroras. Because, you know, they won't miss, because there's so many Auroras. Like, they miss the target and they kill like 2 others that are besides it. That's why making massive Aurora Swam is generally less good, I'd say, personally, than... Maybe I might be wrong, but then other tanks, so... I think his Tech 2 transition was too late, and I think, like, if he had a single PD on the right side, he wouldn't have lost that. I'm completely confident in that.
He just needed a PD, and then it would have been fine.
A single Tech 2 PD, and
yet,
he would have been safe.
There's no Tech 2 PD anywhere.
Yeah.
Man needs some stat. Like, these Tech 1 PDs, why even bother? This man is building 80% T1 Arty.
Yeah, he is. He's still pushing on the top left. But it's actually, like, the Arties they just melted the blaze. I don't understand why he's making Stingers, Arch that is, instead of Janus. Like, this is the type of situation where Janus would shine the most.
Yeah, it's all Aurora. I mean, Janus are coming in, but they whiffed.
I think they also aggroed.
They aggroed air, and...
Arch needs to be a bit careful. He has quite a big army, quite some blazes with its tank. I mean, I know he's on 17,000 HP, but like, if I were Blast, I would be trying to get a draw now.
Yeah, but good luck. It's a 16,000 HP nano gun.
Yeah, I know, but he still has double gun, and with that army, like, if he can cut them off, like that army from Arch there is big. I think the entire army of okay, you should stop OCing engineers. Just target priority SU.
Arch has 110 kills.
I think he should move the army south and then try to cut Arch off. Although, like, he's not sending his tanks at all. Like, he might die here, or at least get drawed. The thing is, Blast is misplaying it by not focusing the ACU. Also, he's blocking his own ACU with his unit movement. So Arch might get away.
Are killing the power in the base. Like, Blast may lose his ability to OC. There's nothing to stop them. Like, they're just killing everything.
I think Arch is gonna get away.
Yeah, this is a difficult choke to chase through.
Well, that's why he could have... I'm actually almost confident he could have gotten at least a draw there. Because the thing is, like the gunships are not gonna do shit. He has way too much AA here. Like, they just all got melted. If he moves his army through the left side, this was the only way for Arch to retreat. If Blast moves his army through the left around the crater, and then at the bottom, and then cuts him off. There were only Tech 1 Arty reinforcements, and the blazes would have just killed them.
I mean, maybe there's still an opportunity here. Arch is rapidly running out of units. Stop anything.
Like, it's still gonna be a bit close. It's because Arch didn't bring any of the reinforcements actually on time.
Where are the units?
And where's the Janus? Like, imagine some Janus here, dude.
5 Janus instead of like 10 T1 gunships would have just killed everything.
Blast is gonna die soon though. He's not dodging the Arty shells, that's it.
I think Blast has resigned himself to death. He doesn't have a base anymore. GG.
But it's such a shame, because it could have worked, because Arch overextended massively.
I know, Farms, you should play this tournament and show us how it's done.
Don't say me that. That's such a dumb thing to say. I don't know, you keep complaining about Maverick, well how about you show him how to play?